What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Again, here doing some DIY projects, and one of the other projects we decided that we are going to do is these countertops, because once the cabinets are painted, these countertops are not going to match, and I feel like with the colors in the house, this whole setup doesn't match anything happening anywhere else. So the other people that had lived here prior had given it a little facelift with some paint and some new flooring. We need to finish this look. So we are going to do the countertops, and Chris, you want to tell everybody what we're doing, because you've been doing your homework.
So we just took off all the face plates and on the outlets here, and then what we're gonna do is we started taping around the sink. We're gonna leave the sink in place. There's no need to pull it out. And the first thing we have to do is, once we do that, is then degrease the whole countertops. So we're gonna clean it, get any type of junk and all this stuff off first. Then we're gonna sand it, because you don't wanna sand it first, because then if there is grease, you're gonna be sanding the grease down even deeper into it. And when we sand it, we're just kind of scruff it up a little bit, but we're gonna try to round all the corners on the laminate. So we're gonna paint right over everything. So we're gonna sand all up to the sink, sand every single corner. There's gonna be a lot of sanding, but all these corners here, because we're gonna epoxy it, and we want the epoxy to be able to roll over the edges, so we don't want sharp corners. So first thing, outlets are off, this is taped. So next we clean, then sand.
And I'm gonna tape all this too, so it doesn't get up on the walls.
We're gonna need to tape all the walls, so when we sand the top here, we're gonna have to use our hands to sand that. We're probably not gonna be able to use the power tool. But we want to tape all the walls to protect it too. And the good thing is I left extra paint, I think, out in the garage. So that way, if we do ruin anything, we should be able to do touch-up paints.
There you go.
All right, let's get started.
Okay. Okay, so Chris gave a little description of this earlier, but we are starting to degrease the countertops. So that's what I'm doing here. And I'm gonna hit every area on the countertops too, like sides, the corners, the creases, everything.
All right, so now I have 80 grit sandpaper. 60 would be better, but I don't have 60, so 80 will work. That's what I have at home. So what we're gonna do is round all the corners, sand this whole thing nice and good. It's still gonna look the same, it's not gonna look much different, but it'll feel different before we put the primer on. The other nice thing too is, like, when you round all the corners, once we paint it, it should give it more of that like stone look. Like granite never has like sharp 90-degree edges. Like those sharp 90-degree edges are always like the, what is this, laminate?
Yeah,
I call it Formica, is that Formica?
yeah, I think it's like the same.
But anyway, the laminate stuff is like always those sharp corners, rounding it. Once we epoxy it, it'll have a nice like stone look.
Yeah, you could actually
And it'll be
feel it.
softer too, like when people bump into the corners, it won't be that sharp, real pointy edge that you like jam in your arm or something.
The sanding is done, and we've actually wiped the counters down too. We didn't film that because that's kind of boring. But we did wipe down the counters, and I definitely recommend wiping them down afterwards because it's pretty nasty. Right now, I'm working on taping the outlets that are on the island. And I also taped all the areas around where the cabinets are touching. So that's all done. And then Chris, making out. The stuff is in. I think I'm high on fumes.
And hungover.
I know, hungover.
Again, day two.
Day two. So pause this for a second. Kylie, our daughter, went to Pennsylvania with my in-laws and isn't home yet because of the weather up north. So we have been on a 4-day bender. 3-day bender? 4-day bender?
I don't even know. The days are running
I don't even know. They're running together, but we're getting this work done. Chris is ready to go. We are going to start primering the countertops. You want to tell the people what you're doing here?
Yeah, so we ordered all this stuff from Stone Coat Countertops, I think is the website. I just watched YouTube videos. Theirs seemed to be the easiest process, so we just bought their stuff and we're gonna try it. So primer goes down, just 1 coat of primer. It doesn't have to be white. It just has to coat everything. So.
And it doesn't even have to be pretty. It just needs to touch the counters. Sounds like an idiot could do this.
Yeah, even I can do this.
Even hung over us. All right, let's get going. What does this do?
You're getting all the lids off.
So then the lint doesn't end up in the paint and on the counters or the walls or the cabinets. It's a trade thing.
Yeah, I learned this in the painting trade. I used to do all of, if you ever saw the NFL stadiums, all of the paint on the football field, I used to do those.
You used a roller to paint the football field?
We used all kinds of painting equipment back in my day. Sometimes a roller.
Are you sure you're doing this right? Oh my God.
I mean, if not doing it right, I'm not sure.
What's happening?
I'm already making a mess here.
I know.
I don't know what it was.
Where you just dip it right here. There you go.
Just like that. Just push this around.
Do a good job, do a good job.
You're not gonna see this anyway, so.
Just primer. We're vested now. Good job.
All right, so the countertops are all primed. 1 coat is on there. It already looks better, the white. And if you guys haven't picked up, we're also painting the cabinets. That's a whole separate video. I'll link that down below if you want to watch the cabinet painting video. But yeah, we're getting there.
What we got going on now?
So this is going to be the paint that people will see under the epoxy. We're going to do a spray paint design over it too, but this will be the base. So this has to be like done somewhat nicely. So this is the solid weight.
And like the night and day difference from the way that this is right now, just with the primer, it really like changes the look of the entire kitchen. So what are you doing right now? And what has happened?
All the coats, well, first of all, my knees they went and left this DIY. They don't want to be here. We put 3 coats, I'm like delirious. 3 coats of white on here, so it's like done. And then we still have to put spray paint on there too. And now we're just gonna tape the spray paint. Ugh.
Do a good job. So this is gonna protect the cabinets.
Yeah, I hope.
Which if something gets on the cabinets, it's fine because we're gonna paint them later. But we are being careful.
Well, we're also gonna be putting epoxy on soon.
So it'll drip.
And that'll drip, and we don't want that on the cabinets.
And I think she already did the back side. We're like moving right along. It's not a quick process, but it's moving. Here we go. Pause for 1 second. I just want to show them what it looks like. So that's what the speckling is going to look like on the white. And obviously, he's going to go through the whole kitchen. I do like it. It's going to pull the gray from the cabinets and the black from the bottom half together. So one thing that we did realize, this spray paint, this portion of the project, doesn't only need like drapery, but this stuff sprays everywhere. So we ended up, we were ready to go, and then Chris made one spritz and we had to stop completely and put tarp up around like the walls, like literally everything is covered in tarp right now. So we're protecting everything. Hopefully we did a good job covering everything up, but it's like a freaking hazmat suit in here. Wow, it's really cool. All right, let's go check it out.
I mean, does it look like I'm hitting like any certain way, like too much? Or?
I don't think it matters. I think that's the beauty of this. There should be no rhyme or reason. It actually looks raised, like textured, so it is actually looking more like a stone than anything else. And you can see too where we sanded how nice and rounded the corners are, which is really nice. Look at you, your fancy gloves. What are we doing today?
It looks like we're cleaning toilets with these gloves.
You can be the toilet bowl cleaner.
So we took the square footage of the countertops, which was like 50 square feet, and then you do 3 ounces of mixed resin per square foot. So we need 150 ounces. And it's 1-to-1, so pour in A, so we'll go to 64.
It looks like clear Elmer's glue, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's...
With how thick it is. Here we go. So we are basically done with the countertops and we're really, really happy with them. I like the shine. Some people don't do the epoxy and they kind of stop right before the epoxy, so they paint it, they speckle it, whatever. We decided to try the epoxy and I really like it. I think the shine really gives it a little bit something extra, makes it look a little bit more natural. So, of course, comment below, let us know what you think of it, but I'm definitely really, really happy that we did this. It definitely gave the whole kitchen like a huge upgrade. Wow! This is crazy. This feels like glass. Oh my god, I love it. This is so great.
We just have to do these outlets.
Yeah.
I'm gonna replace them all with white, just to make it look really nice.
I can't believe this. This is insane. It looks so good.
It's like so shiny, it's like glass.
It is, it looks like glass. I love this. This definitely was a huge facelift on this kitchen. And you know what? I think this opens up like more possibilities too, because I think when I look at houses to purchase, I look and I'm like, oh, it's gotta be like a big renovation. Knowing like how inexpensive this was to do and how like it took us 3 days, you know, like that's it. This is so practical.
I love the gray cabinet on top.
I do. I this whole thing, I love this. I see us using this color too more often. I want to paint like furniture in our house that color.
Yeah.
More jobs to do. Do you love it?
Yeah, between the cabinets, countertops.
It's amazing. I'm really proud of it. This is a job well done. So I hope you guys liked the way the countertops turned out. I know I did. Comment below and let me know what you think. And if you want to see what we did to the cabinets, make sure you check the cabinet DIY video.